Wedding Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's review is going to be for Archer Season 8, Episode 2, Archer Dreamland Berenice. And for the season premiere that we had last week, it was really interesting to see what was going on, because we found out that Archer has been in a coma for the past 2 months, and Aberdeen looked adorable at Woodhouse's funeral. And yes, Woodhouse is dead, not in just real life, but also in Archer's dreamland. So I'm just curious if those have a connection, like if Archer subconsciously knows what's going on. And the main cast, their roles are just great. So we got Krieger is the bartender slash drug dealer at Mallory Archer's club Dreamland. And also we have Cheryl. Cheryl is an heiress, a Vandertunt heiress, and of the publishing of the Vandertunt publishing. And then you have Pam and Cyril are also PIs with Archer, and then Lana is a jazz singer, and Ray is a trumpet player in the jazz band. But anyway, like the first episode had a lot of shenanigans with everything from the shit that was going on at the bar and the crazy adventure Archer had, or I should say mission Archer had with Pam trying to stop Len Trexler and Barry. But yeah, anyway, without further ado, let's get to this episode and see if we're going to continue on this theme because of trying to find Woodhouse's murderer. But before I forget, at the end of the episode, Cheryl comes in requesting Archer to murder her. So, yeah. Anyways, the episode continues off right where last week left off, and that's one thing I really love about Archer is when it does that kind of thing. And Archer's like, are we just going to literally jump into this? And Cheryl just starts whacking him with her handbag, and she says, "I didn't mean literally, asshole." And she's whacking the fuck out of him. And then there's the scene like right after that when she asked for brandy, and Archer's just like fresh out, and she says, Cheryl says, and this is just fucking great, is she's like, you should have your, she basically says, you should have your under butler fire the housekeeper. And I was like, what the fuck? That's so mean. Or this is totally Cheryl. This is very Cheryl. And then like Archer says in response, like, yeah, maybe after he gets the caviar stains out of my spats. I'm like, oh god. Cheryl says, I'm being facetious, Mr. Archer. I know you're poor. And Archer's like, well, I'm more like middle class. That's just like, this is just hilarious. I love this kind of banter in Archer. It just is funny as fuck. And before I forget, before we go on to the next part of my review, I love that when Cheryl said right after that, looking around, this can't be the middle. I was like, oh man, way to keep on piling the insults. So Cheryl wants him to, help with her fake death, and she says, I'll pay you $10,000 and with my body. And Archer's like, the $10,000 is just enough. And Cheryl's like, it's non-negotiable. It just like strips. I was just like, oh my god, this is just totally Cheryl. This is totally freaking classic Cheryl. One thing I forgot to mention last week is I love for the Archer intro, I love the music, the jazz music. It's so nice. It's very, very, very good, true to the era, and and it just sounds cool. I love it. I love it. And not just the music for the opening. I really, really like the visuals too. It's just really, really refreshing for the Archer opening to have like really cool visuals like this. I really like it, even though I do like the class, I love the classic Archer opening, but the way they did this for this season with the theme and everything, it was just really, really nice. You got to see the character, like Lana sing. You get to Mallory's hair is different, like she is in this season. I really, really, really like it. I do. And I don't know what you nerdigans think. I just love the fucking jazz. I love the saxophones, like, at the end of it. Oh my god, it just sounds so good. So, did when she stripped. I almost forgot to mention this. She says, "Do your worst," and Archer's like, "Yeah." And then like after we get back from the first commercial break, obviously they did the nasty, and she says, when she says, "Oh, so when I said do your worst," and Archer's like, "Well, it's been a long day," and I'm like thinking, what the fuck did you guys do? What did you guys do? And then Archer says, "My ear hurts," and Cheryl's like, "I got codied, yay, codied." I love what Archer just said. Archer is goddamn racist, but it fits the time period, so you can't like really blame him. He was saying that like usually rich people would just, you know, kill their parents or blame it on some Hispanic or Negro. I was like, oh god. It wasn't. I forgot I want to say the full quote. It's that families don't fake their own deaths. They usually murder the parents, or usually murder the parents or blame it on some poor Hispanic or Negro. I'm just like, oh my god. And then Cheryl says in response, she's like, "Yes, I thought of that, but I don't know any Hispanics or Negroes." I'm just like, oh my god. But before you SJWs call out the racist card, takes place in the 1940s. Shut up. And then Archer says, "Oh, they honestly make up the Hispanic or Negro." I'm just like, that is really, really true. And then, you know, she talks about the reason why she wants to murder her family, and it totally sounds like what the stories from remember I think it was season 5 that Cheryl was in season 6 too, that Cheryl mentioned the stories of her grandparents. I love that they did that little throwback to it, but like she said quasi incestuous, and Archer's like, "How quasi?" And she's like, "I don't know, a 4." But I really like this throwback to season 5 and also season 6, if you think about it too, because there was a little bit in season 6. Oh my god, so Archer was saying, you know, what Cheryl would need to do to fake her own death, right? And that's including, you know, finding a dead body that basically looks like her and has the same dental records and shit. And she takes Archer out to the back, and in the truck is a dead maid. And Archer asks her, "Did you kill her?" And she's like, "No, my brother did." I was like, oh god, are we gonna see him? Oh my god, if we see Cheryl's brother in this season, I'm gonna die, because that would totally be a nice throwback to season 4. Oh, and I gotta finish correcting this, is that this gets even more fucked up. She said more like the drunken abortionist that did it, but her brother got her pregnant. Oh, got the maid pregnant. And you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of I think it was in season 1 where Archer kept getting his maid pregnant. I love all these throwbacks. It's just so fucking awesome. Oh, and then Cheryl said, I almost forgot to mention this, then Cheryl said that my brother would have killed her if she didn't get the abortion. So I was like, oh gosh. It's just she would have been dead regardless. Oh my god. And then Cheryl talks about her father, and she's like, she says, "How do you think the Spanish-American War started?" And Archer's like, "What?" I'm sorry. Archer says, "Wasn't it sugar?" And Cheryl's like, "No, he got my aunt pregnant." I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. Like, and Archer's like, "And sugar." I fucking love Cheryl. She's just like, that girl was dead the minute her panties hit the straw in the stables. I was like, oh my god. And she like points out, like right after that, she points out that her and the maid have perfect teeth, and you know, and everything will be okay dental wise. And like Archer's like you may be, yeah, you might be okay dental wise, but what about the girl's family? And she's like, "Fine, I'll send an anonymous donation of $10,000 to the family with a note that she's dead." And I'm just like, oh my god. Cheryl has this plan where she's gonna stuff the car to the rim with dynamite and like have it blow up over a cliff. And Archer's like, "That's the worst thing you could do." And Cheryl's just like, "Oh yeah, that all her stupid teeth would be all over the stupid beach." God, this season is just awesome. I love her. She's just fucking hilarious. Archer, why is there no phrasing? Like, are we just not doing phrasing this season? Seriously, because oh my god, a lot of this shit, like, God, I'm just so mad you don't have phrasing. I want phrasing. Seriously, there better be phrasing sometime this season. We need to have phrasing. We need it. Oh my god. And then, like, afterwards, like, after, you know, they're gonna go to the hotel and shit to go get, to change, the maid who's in the maid outfit into a different one of her outfits, we see the scene with Barry and Len Trexler, and like Barry's crying and he has like these big old puppy dog eyes as he's crying. It's so cute. I'm sorry, but it is cute. And Len Trexler's like calming him down, and then you see that both of his legs below the knee, or I should say just both of his feet are completely gone, and he has fucking stumps. And I'm like, oh, poor Barry. Basically, something very similar to kind of like a throwback, if you will, to like when Ray lost his when Ray lost his hand. This is what this whole scene reminds me of when Ray lost his hand, and oh my god, and Len Trexler, of course, is making all these feet puns and shit, and he wants Barry to basically bring Archer and Pam, aka the people who did it, to him, and he's gonna make them feel sorry. And I'm just like, oh my, and Barry's like, I can't, I have no feet. Oh, poor Barry. Barry is this season's Ray. He just is. Unless Ray loses a hand or gets handicapped again. Then, like, Len Trexler tells Barry to get himself together, and he's just whacking him and in the face, and he like puts the phone down on him, and Barry's like, ow, and he's like, shut up, and Barry says sorry, and Len Trexler's like, I don't pay you to be sorry, I pay you to make other people feel sorry. I was like, and guess who he calls? Who are you gonna call when you have your feet amputated? Or any part of your body amputated? Krieger! Cyborgs! Oh my god, Krieger is going to make Skynet. Damn it. Stop being Skynet, Krieger. More Skynet awesomeness. I love that Krieger picked up the phone and was talking to Barry in German. Barry's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh my god, this shit is crazy. So Cheryl is too goddamn stubborn to change the maid in the car. So she takes it. So, and of course, Archer's like, why the fuck are you going to parade a corpse straight into the hotel? I was like, oh god. So they come out with the corpse and put an arm around her. One arm around Archer and one arm around Cheryl. And like the doorman's like, can I help you with anything, Mrs. Vandertunt? And they're like, no. She's like, no, we're just taking my maid. And Archer says, Berenice. So the maid is officially Berenice. Fucking A. Remember last episode we found out Pam was working for Len Trexler? Guess who else is working for Len Trexler? Cyril! So yes, so Cyril and Pam are working for Len Trexler, and oh man, it's gonna be interesting to see because they're gonna cross over. They're gonna cross over and work for Mallory. For sure. They're going to at some point. They have to. And you have to wonder, is like, did something did they just, did Pam and Cyril, like, really betray Archer during his coma? I have to ask. Damn it. Why did we not have phrasing? But before I get back to that scene with Len Trexler, like, Cheryl, you are a dumbass. Like, why would the doorman had the door open for you, and she wanted to go through the revolving door because wasteless air conditioning, but the door was fucking wide open. And then there's like a jump shot to them being in the elevator, and Cheryl's like, "You're mad, huh?" Archer's like, "Yes, I'm mad. You don't even know why." And she's like, "No." It's like, oh god. Oh, I'm sorry. She says, I don't know why you're so angry. And that's why, and then Archer's like, that's why I'm so, that makes me even more angry or some shit like that. And I'm just like, oh my god. And then the conversation continues on to the next scene with Cyril, Pam, and Len Trexler. And I'm loving it. This shit is great. And Len Trexler said, while those assholes were taking my load. And I'm just like thinking, and Pam's laughing. I'm like thinking, Pam, say phrasing. Say phrasing. We need the phrasing. I want the phrasing. I guess I hope there's phrasing at some point this season. Like, we need phrasing. Otherwise, this is just not Archer without phrasing. Oh my god, so... freaking Pam, man, I swear to God. So, Cyril was saying to Len, maybe, because Len gave him an ultimatum, either get my whores or get the assholes who released my whores, basically. And Cyril's like, well, I can just give you back the money. And he's like, no. And he's explained, the definition of economics, or not just definition of the concept of economics. And then Pam says, I thought it was sugar or scarcity. And I'm like, oh my God. So they gave him a deadline to find the whores, and lo and behold, Pam has the whores at her apartment. And she's, oh my God, I can't believe she has all the Chinese whores in her apartment. Oh my God. And, Pam is saying that she has to go to work and shit like that, like right before she leaves. And it's just, oh my God. She says, I'm going to work, but I wouldn't mind if I came back and the house smelled like orange pledge and or lemon pledge and orange chicken. I was just like, oh my God. The jokes are so good this year. I love them. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use what Pam said as a comeback. Maybe, it was maybe Sarcastic Island, where that was uncalled for, and I was just like, but yeah, the argument before that shit was funny as hell. Because they were trying to figure out where they're gonna look for the horse first, and Pam said maybe Chinatown, and then Cyril says maybe regular China, and then she says or maybe the Sarcastic Island. That was uncalled for. And I was like, God, I love the jokes this year, but there's no phrasing. So like Archer and Cheryl are just about to get started doing it, and Cheryl's like, no, stop. Cover her face. I don't want her watching us. And Archer puts a pan on her. Oh my God. And then it goes, obviously, so we can't see the sex scene either. But yeah, and then, she starts asking about like what happened to Woodhouse and shit like that. And I really love the photography this season. I love that they're like cutting back between the arguments, and it all leads back to Mother. Like who would stand to gain if Len Trexler falls? As this was being said as Cyril and Pam drove up in front of Dreamland, and like right before that, like Cheryl was mentioning, who could have been at your apartment while you were gone? Like who, something like that. And I'm just like, oh man, if it's Mother, if it's Mallory, oh my God, if she ransacked the apartment like I think she did, holy fuck, this is gonna be huge. Oh my God. And then like they're in the car, and Cheryl's like, getting Berenice out of the lobby was easier than I expected. And then they cut to like the freaking hotel room, or not the hotel room, the hotel lobby being a complete disaster. There's fires and shit. And Archer's like, I'm sorry. And like Berenice has her fucking clown makeup on that oh my God, poor Berenice. Poor Berenice. Like right before they go, fake Cheryl's death, they pull over at Dreamland because Archer wants to question Mallory on what happened, because we assume that she freaking knows. And then he mentions he sees the car, the dirty cops, because yeah, he was thinking about the dirty cops in the car and all that shit. And then he's told Cheryl to shut up, and when we get inside, stay shut up. I love the ongoing joke with the drum player like doing the cymbal thing for the jokes. That shit is just awesome. And then you hear Ray say, "Stop it." But when we were entering into Dreamland, you see Krieger, drawing the plans for the cybernetic foot. I'm thinking it's going to be an android foot. That's just my guess. And he's like talking in German and shit as he's doing that. And then Archer says, "I want to see Mother," and Mother is talking to Cyril and Pam, and then she mentions, she's like, "Oh, Mr. Archer," and Archer's like, "Figgis, Poovy, you look like shit." And she's like, "Yeah, I couldn't get any sleep last night thanks to noisy house guests." Oh my god, like that was great. And the joke with the symbols was when frickin' Archer said, "Wouldn't have been cave guests," and then you got the and Ray's like, "Stop it." So we see Lana come in, and this is like as Archer was going to leave with Cheryl to go take care of Berenice, and like Archer is just tongue-tied. I'm telling you, just like subconsciously he knows that's his woman. And then like after she, after their little banter, Cheryl's like, "You like her?" He's like, "Yeah." She's like, "You have a crush." No, she says, "You have a crush on her. It's so cute." And she's like, "I even think she likes you." And Archer's like, "Really?" And then she yells or announces basically in Dreamland, she's like, "Hey, you, we fucked." And the look on Archer's face was so priceless. He's like, look at her like, "What the fuck did you just do?" Oh my god. And then, holy shit, their banter is just I love the banter between Cheryl and Archer this episode. But as they were getting there and Archer was basically putting gas on the car and saying what they were gonna do, Archer gets hit by a car and he's unconscious, and he goes back into like a flashback kind of thing of him in the war, and Cheryl is like dressed up as a nun, and he's dressed up as a soldier. And then you see the nun like shooting at shooting a gun, and then it goes back to see Cheryl shooting Archer's gun at the couple, and the couple was like, "Sorry, our headlights are out." And Archer's like, "You are just literally fucking crazy." And she just like slams him down and just like, "Come on, let's just go do this. Let's fucking fake my death using Berenice." And she says like, "If we don't get this done soon and I don't get some clams, I won't be responsible for my action." Oh, the power of fried clams. And then the end of this episode was just great. So fucking Archer's like, "We weren't being followed. That was just a regular car with broken headlights." And right at that second, they have Berenice, and they're gonna put her in the driver's seat, and bam, headlights turn on, and we see Cyril and Pam, and Cyril's like, "Hello." I love this episode. This episode was so good. The only thing I want to know what you nerdigans think about this. Do you think we're going to get phrasing at all this season, or do you think that phrasing is just not going to be in the season? I have a feeling we'll get our phrasing. We better get our phrasing, or it's not fucking Archer, because Archer always has that signature saying, "Phrasing." But I like the signature symbol now, Anyway, let me know your thoughts about this episode in the comment section below. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to the Nerdigans Inc. expansion, there's a few ways you can do that. You can donate to the Nerdigans Inc. PayPal, Patreon, or purchase something off the Nerdigans Inc. Amazon wishlist. All those links are in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on the Twits, aka Twitter. Follow my Twitch channel and friend me on PlayStation Network. All that's in the description box below as well. And until next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye!